ancestors asked to come forward today and speak to the global community about receiving guidance. So I'm just going to light a little bit of impepu to let them know that we are ready to hear their message. And so what the ancestors are saying about guidance is many times people will sit and they will ask for a message. They need help. They have a question that they want information from or about. And so they speak to their ancestors, their guides, their teachers, their own spirit, or even they say their prayers to God. But what the ancestors are saying is that often we do not see the messages that come through because we are expecting them to come through in a certain way. Or we are not seeing the message that comes through because the answer is just not what we want. We want a different answer. So we keep asking over and over again. And the ancestors are saying they would like to give you a very simple example of this. Imagine yourself sitting and having a cup of tea or coffee or whatever you like to drink. And you think to yourself, I really need to know what my next step is. And then as you go throughout your day, you might have an image pop into your mind, imagining yourself walking along a nice sandy beach. And then later on, you're in the grocery store and you hear someone talking about a beach vacation they just took. And the next morning you get up again and you ask the same question to your ancestors, your guides, your teachers. I really need guidance, ancestors. Spirit, help me to figure out what my next step is. And then you go to work, you sit in front of your desk, and again, you hear someone in the office talking about a vacation that they're scheduling to a tropical island where they're going to walk on the beach. Later in the day, you could just be sitting and the image will pop up on the TV in front of you, or you're looking at a magazine and the images of beaches are there. And yet the next day you wake up again and you ask the same question again about wanting to know what you need to do next. And what the ancestors are saying is that they have been telling you over and over that your next step is you need to go to the beach and take a walk along the water. But yet you're expecting the message to come in a certain way. So even though the message has come to you over and over every day since you have asked, you have not seen it because it is not what you are expecting. Or you can't even imagine that the answer to your question of what is next is that you just need to go walk on the beach. And so again, the ancestors are saying that by having an expectation of what the answer is going to be, you are limiting yourself of what can come to you. And so you will just keep asking the same question over and over again, not hearing the answers, not seeing what is presented in front of you, because you are not opening your heart truly to the guidance of your ancestors, your guides, your teachers. You are having expectations from your mind of how this information will come through, or discount the information because it's not what you expected. You want something more, you want something bigger, you want something more specific. But what the ancestors are saying is that sometimes the next step is to go walk on that beach. And when you go walk on that beach, more information will come to you. The next step of guidance will come to you, and things will begin to unfold. But if you keep limiting yourself to only having information to come in one way, or the answers different from what you are hearing, then you are putting blocks up to the information that is coming through to you. So the ancestors are asking you today to allow yourself to be open to whatever guidance comes to you in whatever way it comes to you. Of course. I just would like to add that myself, I'm quite guilty of that also. I will talk to my ancestors, ask them for guidance. What do they want to bring forward to the global community? And they will give me a topic, and I will just say, I don't want to talk about that. Give me something else. And then the next day or a couple days later, I might ask again, and they come back with the same answer over and over. And I've learned over time that unless I actually respond to whatever they are saying, then they just keep coming back with the same information over and over again. They're quite stubborn that way. And I guess I have a little bit of that stubbornness myself, because sometimes it takes me more than once to hear something to actually take action, whether it's in my own life or whether it's speaking to you as the global community. So together, when we ask for our guidance, we just need to remind ourselves that our guides, our spirits that we work with, God even, they have a different viewpoint that they're working from than what we do. They have our highest good in mind. We can't always see that for ourselves. So open your heart to that today.